Just came in from backcountry. Picked myself up some nice new Salomon Sense Rides. Nice. Ooh. These look like they need to be tested out today. Never had a pair of red ones, but giving them a go. Boom. You like them? Want to give them the sniff test? They smell good? Try them on. What do you think? How do they fit? Oh, they look good. Walking down the road right now to go to the first trailhead. Testing out the GoPro Hero 7. I had the Hero 6, which was alright, but it had its weaknesses, and this basically Hero 7 should have been the Hero 6. You can see more about the Hero 6. I wrote a little race report and review on the Hero 6 from my Vermont 50-mile mountain bike race this year. It's on our website. But I'm also out here testing out my new, ooh, look at those, nice red Salomon Sense Rides. So they say this, the GoPro Hero 7 is pretty much supposed to be an all-in-one camera. Great at photos, great at video. Take place of a gimbal, which I really like. The previous Hero 6 was kind of supposed to do that, but other than the voice activation, which worked seldomly, not so well. But I really like that feature. Hopefully it's better in this feature, in this camera. But I love the fact of being very minimal, nice tiny little GoPro in my hand when I do my videos, or I'm out shooting an event, or just trying to capture the action of our athletes, our clients. I do it very minimally, so I never have a gimbal. I just don't want to carry another big piece of technology around, worry about battery life, worry about firmware updates. So I like to go very minimal. So typically I'm out here right now, I have this camera, I have my iPhone X or iPhone 10, and I also have my Sony RX100 5. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm testing out the Hero 7, testing out my trusty Salomon Sense Rides. I really like how small this camera is, and I can really try to stabilize it pretty well myself. So this footage of me running up a hill should be pretty stable. So far, Salomon Sense Rides felt a little stiff the first 2 minutes I put them on. Just a few, maybe a mile into my run. They absolutely feel fantastic, just like they always felt. I love the fit of these. I'm also testing the mic out on the Hero 7, but these shoes feel really nice, really solid. These have always been my favorite shoes to wear. I like the toe box. It tends to be a little bit wider. I do have wide feet, and these, the Sense Rides, as soon as I put them on the first day earlier this year, I fell in love with them. They're not the most aggressive tread, but they do the job. So it'll be interesting. Right now it's pretty windy out, and the lighting's actually pretty good. I like the lighting, so it'll be interesting to see what this camera looks like, what it sounds like. I can see the battery's already running pretty low. I do have 2 backup batteries. Anytime you have a GoPro, you got to make sure you have at least 2 extra batteries on you at all times. I don't care about carrying additional weight, but these guys, tiny, very tiny, carrying a couple of these. My little trail maintenance project here as I trip. I'm just collecting some stones each time I'm out here. Plenty to choose from. So I'm really interested to see how this the voice sounds. It's very important to me to have decent quality. I don't have to have perfect, but I know when there's a bunch of settings on this that I could change. Not a bunch, maybe 2, 3, 4 settings. When it compensates for wind noise, right now it's pretty windy, it tends to muffle it, and I don't really like that sound. So sometimes I just rather hear the wind and hear myself trying to talk over the wind. But they said they improved on it, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that sounds, especially for when I mountain bike. It's important. I like to maybe chat a little bit while I'm riding, and the sounds of the bike are just really cool to hear. You know, just the gears changing, the rocks, the terrain, the effort that I'm putting in. So this is one of my weekly runs I'm on. So I'm just running it, messing around with this camera. But I'm in Dator Mountain, right on, basically it flows right into Harriman State Park. Going to the top of Dator Mountain towards perpendicular, almost perpendicular lookout. So that's what I'm making my way up to. Over the last few years, I've just been really focusing on building Mountain Peak Fitness, and just pumping out a bunch of videos, supporting our MPF R&R trail running team. And even back when we first started with Campmore, which was really cool. That was 8-9 years ago. But so now I'm looking forward to 2019. Of course, finishing 2018 off pretty strong. But I'm looking forward to actually being part of the race scene again myself, doing some more trail runs, trail running races. Of course, with camera in hand. Always have to have a camera. Over the last few months, been building up my running, getting back into my riding more. Always do strength and conditioning. That never changes. And I'm really pushing the limits a little bit with that now, going into the winter months. Great time to strengthen oneself. So I'm at top of Dator Mountain. This is almost perpendicular. We got Sloatsburg down there. Oh, sorry. That's Tuxedo. And then over there is Sloatsburg. And down there, some awesome trails. Endless 250 plus miles of trails in this park. Time to play. November is one of my favorite months of the year. A lot of people get a little worried going into the off season or going into the winter months. It's such a great time to revisit your strength and conditioning program, look around your environment, declutter, evaluate how your year went, what mistakes may have been made, where you could have improved upon, what you could have done differently, and how you can remedy that going forward. It's all learning. It's life. It's days, weeks, months, years, hours, seconds. Goes by fast. These Salomon Sense Rides are definitely by far my favorite shoes I've ever worn. I've been in a lot of different shoes, from Innovates to Ultras. But these Salomon Sense Rides, the way they fit my foot, that toe box is just right for my feet. And you know, they're not the grippiest. They don't have the deepest lugs, so it's not for the most technical of trails, but if you know how to handle yourself, you know how to trail run, you got quick, agile feet, you can make do on any terrain with these. They drain well. And again, it's just that fit. That quick lacing system is just so ideal and just simple. And these just one time locked in, good, never have to make an adjustment. And I literally just put these on right out of the box, one pull, and maybe I could give them a little tug because they stretched a little bit, but they're good to go. Hope you found this video interesting enough to follow us on YouTube or Facebook, and see you on the trails.